can you tell us your name and what your role is here at First Step?
My name is Stoanne Francis. I do the volunteer coordinating and I coordinate for the assault response program at First Step.
My name is Samantha Straub and I am the children's program coordinator, so I am the supervisor of the children's program.
My name is Danny Inman. I am a survivor advocate and sexual assault specialist, so that means I'm on the children's team, so I work with young survivors, and then I do the sexual assault outreach in the community.
The work you guys do every day is obviously very challenging and can be very draining, so what makes you get out of bed every day and come here and continue to push forward and do what you do?
What makes me get out of bed every day is I know that I'm extremely passionate about survivors of colors. I think a lot of times, like with the statistics, with the facts, with the evidence, it's always geared towards one population. So my thing is every day I wake up because I want to speak for the underdog. I want to speak for the stories that aren't heard, that aren't popular in mainstream, and that's what's especially important to me.
I have always had a passion for working with children, and so when I get to meet with the children and build that rapport with them and have them excited to come and see me, and that's what drives me to continue to work here at First Step.
What makes me get out of bed is to really fight the challenges that are met with survivors, especially survivors of sexual assault in the community, and to be the person who can say the things that they're experiencing and to be one of the few people that can even give voice to what survivors go through. Our society is so profuse with these ideas that survivors did it to themselves or they caused it in some way, or that they're to be blamed or they can't be believed, and so that kind of stuff just vaults me out of bed, just gets me going.
What resonates with you about First Step's mission and the work that we do with survivors of domestic and sexual violence?
I think what resonates with me is the stance that we take that our goal is to eradicate sexual and domestic violence. And so we know that in this world that we live in, which promotes the rape culture and is not, promotes like rape culture and is not really, certain things aren't really accessible for women as far as like equality. That's like a great feat, but that's also saying that we plan on being business forever.
I am definitely wanting to end domestic violence and also sexual assault. So ending it, not just preventing, but also then ending it from ending it altogether. So preventing children from actually having to experience that with education and prevention within schools, letting them know that it's not healthy to behave this way, so we can end the cycle of repeated domestic violence in generation to generation. So that's the biggest part for me with our mission, is to continue to end domestic violence, not just let them know that we're here.
What resonates the most with me is that the survivors are out there, and you could probably fill jumbo jets with the number of survivors in any particular county or community, and there needs to be comprehensive and competent services for them. Legal, medical, social advocacy, the whole bit. So the fact that First Step's able to offer those comprehensive services still for free and in such a great setting is fantastic.
How has First Step impacted the lives of the families who come to us for assistance?
I think one of the biggest things that I was really surprised with is First Step's commitment to diversity. I've seen Muslim, Arabic-speaking families come in here, and the 24-hour helpline and shelter staff, like they learn like a couple like Arabic words so they could greet them and make them feel like home. They buy halal meat, just to make sure that everyone can be as comfortable as possible. So that's something that deeply resonates with me, because when you're in a shelter situation, a lot of times it doesn't feel like home, but they try as best as possible to make people feel at home.
First Step has impacted our families. We've provided lots of support through individual counseling, group counseling, family fun events. It gives them an opportunity to know that they're not alone in the situation. It helps them to find a safe place that they can talk about any violence that has been going on in their homes or families without being blamed or having anybody minimize what's been going on. So I think that's the biggest thing, is that we're here to believe them and support them. We never question that it happened, and that they know that they can come here for any types of support that they need.
Is there anything else you'd like to add or highlight about the agency that we haven't covered, or things that you're really passionate about that you think that First Step does really well?
I think we're always changing and we're always adapting to each client that comes in, because they bring every client and their experience is unique. So with that, I think we're always adjusting, so we make sure that we meet the client's needs. Because a part of our mission and how we act it out is to meet people where they're at. And so if you're constantly meeting people where they're at, you're constantly adjusting, thinking of new things, thinking of new ways to help people, and thinking of new needs for the system. So I think we're always changing. I think this organization is really welcoming of change, and that is extremely refreshing in the human service field.
I think the most important thing for the children's program is that we see children 3 to 18,
Yeah.
and anybody that is a survivor. Sometimes domestic violence gets noticed the most, but we also service child survivors of sexual abuse as well. So just for everybody to be aware of that too. And again, in our children's program 3 to 18, you don't have to get a referral from any other systems. You can call our crisis line directly to get in touch with services. And you can utilize our crisis line all the way up to our counseling services.
I think First Step is in one of the most interesting communities in the country. Being in Wayne County, Michigan is so exciting. There are so many things happening in Wayne County on the law enforcement level, on the community response level, on the medical and legal response level. So there's so many exciting things happening here that really are going to impact the rest of the country. If not the state, then it's got to be the rest of the country in terms of how we can best help people. And First Step is right in the middle of it. They've got great community partnerships with people. They have excellent reach and resources, and I just am amazed constantly. I don't know if I get to the point where I'm stopped being amazed, then maybe I shouldn't work here anymore. But I am just thoroughly and constantly amazed at what First Step has already done in their history, and then what we have left to do.
For more information about First Step of Michigan, go to our website at www.firststep-mi.org.